everybody. My name is Lauren Meyer, and I am the VP of Industry Relations and Compliance for Kickbox. I'd like to spend 10 minutes on the topic of Gmail tabs, because there seems to be a lot of confusion around the impact that Gmail tabs can have on email ROI, especially that pesky promotions tab. So you may be aware of the fact that Gmail offers a tabbed inbox that includes a primary tab, as well as the ability for social, promotions, updates, and forums, depending on people's preferences. Other mailbox providers, including Outlook, have started to offer this recently as well, but today we're going to focus on Gmail specifically. So I'm sure all of you have seen articles and social media posts written by marketers who are beyond frustrated and complaining about their emails landing in the promotions tab, oftentimes equating it to the mail going to the spam folder. Maybe you've even had some of those thoughts and frustrations yourself. So if you're wondering how to get out of the promotions tab, I'd like to highlight a few key concepts to help you understand that it's actually not such a bad place to be. So first and foremost, the promotions tab is not the same as the spam folder. I want each and every one of you to embrace this concept, because the promotions tab is not where your emails go to die. That's the spam folder, and they are not at all the same thing. As marketers, it can be really tough to accept the idea that your lovingly crafted marketing newsletters, webinar invites, and sales announcements are promotional. But if they contain content that's supporting your business, then they are just that, right? They're promotions. So for those of you that are sending promotional emails, I'd like to share a couple of points to help prepare you for those questions that may come from your bosses or your clients or your coworkers, or again, that you may be asking yourself. So let's be clear, we're only talking about marketing communications here, not transactional emails like password resets or sales receipts, not one-to-one messages that are sent from you to a client, or even requests to sign a petition for causes that are important to you. Those are different. If you're seeing those kind of messages landing in the promotions tab instead of the appropriate tab, such as maybe the updates area, contact your ESP or your favorite deliverability person to see if you can get some identifiable ways to differentiate your emails from those that are truly promotional and deserve to be in that promotions tab. There are usually reasons why Gmail's algorithm is viewing those emails as promotional, and so getting to the heart of it will be important to getting those emails to land in the preferable tab for what you're looking to do. So let's get back to those promotional emails for my second point, which is that a lot of senders complain that their open rates decrease when their messages are sent to the promotions tab. But one could argue that the opens that you receive in that primary tab aren't as high quality as the opens that are received within the promotions tab view. So for starters, I'd like all of you who are sending marketing, AKA promotional emails, to put yourself in the recipient's shoes for just a moment. Consider when you specifically are typically browsing messages in your promotions tab, when you're in the right frame of mind to purchase something or to be looking at marketing key content. Still wearing those recipient shoes, consider that you're generally not in the right frame of mind to receive promotional content when it's mixed in between emails received from your friends and family. You know, Kickbox actually recently released a blog post about marketing emails that are landing in the promotions tab, and we had 10 different deliverability experts all weighing in. And while everyone had great advice to share based on their number of years of experience, I really loved what Alyssa Doolin from ConvertKit had to say, which is that oftentimes, when your message lands in the primary tab, it gets opened while the recipient is trying to reach that ever-achievable inbox 0. And it's surrounded by emails from their colleagues, their clients, or family and friends. The recipient might not be in the best headspace to engage with your email, and it actually might be standing between them and their productivity, leading to more unsubscribes or spam complaints. So as marketers, don't get confused by higher open rates coming from those unicorn campaigns that landed in the primary tab, because those opens are not as valuable as they first appear to be. And also keep in mind that Gmail's filters are very heavily focused on engagement. So you'll want to be sure to keep all of your negative forms of engagement, such as user complaints, as low as possible. Moving on to my third reason for embracing your position in that promotions tab is really, I'd like to highlight the facts from a few recent studies. So according to recent email client market share report, Gmail topped the list of email clients used by consumers in July 2020 with a whopping 35% of the market share. But the vast majority of consumers are reading emails in places that have zero concept of tabs. For example, if you're using Apple's iPhone Mail or Apple Mail or Outlook on your desktop or Yahoo Mail. There is no tabs view available at all. In fact, well over 55% of emails are read on devices that have no idea what tabs are, and they focus only on delivered mail to either the inbox or the spam folder. And so for those users who do have access to a tabbed inbox, an article by ActiveCampaign earlier this year shows that only 20% of Gmail users have enabled the tabs view within their inbox. So even people that can do it are not really doing it. And with all of that said, the good news is that for those users who do have tabs enabled, almost 50% of users are reading their promotions tab daily. So lots of opportunities to get your emails in front of recipients who have real intent to engage with marketing communications at the time that's right for them. Lastly, any success you have in trying to trick Gmail's filters is anecdotal at best because their filters are changing in real time. What worked yesterday might not work again tomorrow, so you'll mostly just end up frustrated because you can't replicate whatever you think may have worked that one time. This misconception that you can game Gmail's filters has taken way too many hours of my life personally as a marketer. Years ago, I had a CEO who had us trying all kinds of tactics to bypass that promotions tab. We were changing the from addresses for every single send, doing A/B testing of subject lines, optimizing our segmentation, sending emails with text only instead of an HTML version. Sometimes we would actually have success, but the results were always short-lived. We could never really replicate what was successful in those cases. And in the few times we did feel like we had figured it out, the results lasted no more than a day or two, if that. So very, very fleeting. What I'm trying to say here is essentially just quit chasing your tail. Even if there wasn't evidence to support that the promotions tab can be good for your conversion rates, the more important thing to realize here is that fighting to get marketing communications out of the promotions tab requires a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it will be incredibly frustrating to find some success only to have Gmail's algorithms update in a short period of time, and then you're starting all over from scratch. Oh, super frustrating. So to wrap up, instead of trying to avoid the promotions tab, focus on creating emails that your readers want to engage with. And here's a few suggestions for that. The first one being to follow your past engagement metrics to identify which campaigns drove the most opens, the most click-throughs, and most importantly, the most conversions. Dig into those campaigns to identify what made them so successful and try to adopt that style in more of your campaigns going forward. Was it a great piece of copy, a strong call to action, a unique discount or offer? Let your recipients tell you how you should market to them through their actions, the ones that are taking positive actions like opening, clicking, converting, and the least amount of negative actions such as user complaints and unsubscribes. The second thing to focus on here is to use segmentation and personalization to ensure you're delivering the right message to the right person at the right time, and that right time for them, right? Not just for you. Identifying ways to make your campaigns more interesting for your audience by tailoring the content, by adjusting the frequency, or by only sending select types of offers can go a long way to showing Gmail that their users absolutely love your emails. The next one you could try is to use annotations to your advantage. Email onto annotations lets you include images, deals, expiration dates, and other offers to help bring your promotional email to life. Anthony Chuli from Iterable actually created a really nice summary of annotations on Medium. So give it a Google search. And if you're interested in learning about more, you can really find ways to optimize this within your program. But keep in mind, annotations are only available within the promotions tab. So if you're trying to game the system and get to the primary tab, you lose access to annotations altogether. And then much more recently, Google added AMP for email, which allows senders to create dynamic and engaging emails, making modern app-like functionality available directly within the email. So there's no more need to send your email recipients to your website or any third-party links. They can do everything they need to directly within their inbox, within that specific campaign that you sent to them. There's many articles that have been produced that can give you a helpful deep dive into what AMP is and how to use it. And much like annotations, AMP for email can be a great way to stand out within the promotions tab. So when it comes to tabs placement, the best thing for you to remember is that you as a marketer have a common goal in mind with Gmail, which is to deliver the best possible experience to recipients by delivering wanted and valued content to them. So spend your time and energy on delivering content that your recipients will love, and you should be just fine no matter where your email lands, right? Except for maybe the spam folder, that is, right? But anyway, Gmail tabs for the win.